You will need a text editor like Notepad for Windows, TextEdit for Mac, and a web browser like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer 9, Opera, Firefox, or Safari will do. Let's start with the basics of a simple web page. This is the Doctype tag. This tag tells the web browser which version of HTML is going to be used, and is needed for some element styles to work that I will show you in the future. For more information, visit the website in the description box below. This is the HTML tag. This tells the browser that this is a HTML document and contains all other HTML elements. This is the head tag. This is where header, script, and files go. These include things such as scripts and styles. This is the title tag. This is what is displayed in the web browser title bar. Currently, it's my first web page. This is the closing head tag. This is the body tag. This is where all the content of your page goes. This is the closing body tag and closing HTML tag. Now, let's add some headings to our website. These are headings H1 through to H6. H1 being the largest and H6 being the smallest. Let's save our web page. Go to File, Save As, give it a name, I'm going to call it Home, and then end it with .html. And make sure to change this from text documents to all files. Save it. Open the folder you saved it in. Click it and open it into an internet browser. Here we have our headings. Notice that there are line breaks in between each heading. This is because the heading tag adds a line break in between each one. Let's add some writing into our web page. This is the P tag. This is the paragraph tag. This is the text that will be displayed in it. Here is another P tag and its closing P tag. Here there is a B, U, and I tag. This is for bold, underlined, and italic text. This is the break tag. This has no closing tag and is closed like this. Let's see what it looks like now. Save it. Open the internet. And refresh. Here is our paragraph. And here is our bold, underlined, and italic text. Now, let's add some links to our site. This is the A tag, which is the anchor tag. href is its attribute. It stands for hyperlink reference. To reference it to a web page, and in this example Google, type in your web page with 2 speech marks around it, and before the closing tag, type in what you want to be linked. Here is another break tag. Here is another link to Google. However, we have here target equals and in speech marks underscore blank. This will open it into a new tab or window. Here I have a link to a page because it's not on the internet. This is a page stored on the computer. To do this, either use an absolute reference, which is where you type in the full location of the file, or use a relative location, which is where you type in the relative path to where the file is. Let's see what it looks like now. Refresh. Here we have our links. Let's go on the first one. As you can see, Google opens up. Now, Google should open into a new tab or window, and it does. And now, this should open page 2, which I created earlier. Here's page 2. Let's go back, and now let's add some images. Let's add the image tags. This is our image tag with the source. This src stands for source. which is where the image is. You also need to specify the width in pixels or in percent, and the height in pixel or percent. The border is a border around the image. If you do not want a border, just specify 0. And this useMap attribute is going to be used here, because this creates a hotspot in places around the image specified by either the circle, rect, which is rectangle, or poly, which is polygon, tags, so that you can link to other pages but in an image. Here the area shape is a circle. The coordinates here are 54, 55 and 43. This is the X and Y position of the center of the circle, and this is the radius. This will open Google up in a new tab. This is a rectangle, where this is the X and Y coordinates for the top left of the rectangle, and this is the X and Y coordinates for the bottom right of the rectangle. It links to Yahoo in a new tab. This is the polygon. These are the coordinates. This is X and Y for the first point, X and Y for the second point, X and Y for the third, the fourth, the fifth, and so on. And usually you have to start and end with the same coordinates, but if you don't worry, because the browser does this for you. This links to Bing in a new tab. Let's test it. Refresh it. Let's try Google first, and it opens up. As you can see here, this is the circle link. Let's try Yahoo. Okay. And as you can see, here's the square link, and here's the Bing link. As you can see, here is the polygon. Now let's add a table into our website. Let's insert our table. Here our table border is 1. Again, if you don't want a table border, just specify 0 here. TR, TH, and TD are all different tags for the table. TR is the table row tag, TH is the table header, and TD is the normal table cell. There are col span and row span attributes. Col span is used for normal cells, while row span is used for TR tags. Col span specifies how many columns a single cell should span, and row span specifies how many rows a certain cell should span. And then you end the table like this. Let's preview our page. Here it is. As you can see, here is our table heading. It's made it bold and centered it, and our col span has made it span 2 of the columns. Here is our table border, and here are our 4 normal cells. Let's add a text box with a button now. Let's insert them here. This is the input tag. Again, this doesn't have a closing tag, so you close it like this. The type here is set to text. What this does is create a text box. And here I've made the max length 9, so the people can only enter in 9 characters or numbers. Here the type is button, so what this creates is a button, and the value click me is what is shown on the button. Let's preview our page. Refresh. Here is our text box. As you can see, we can only enter in 9 characters, to which it won't let me enter anymore. As you can see, our click me button doesn't do anything. This is because there are no codes assigned to it. We will learn this in future tutorials. This concludes our HTML tutorial. This is w3schools.com. Here you can learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which I will cover in future tutorials. Please vote, comment, subscribe, and comment tutorial suggestions. Thank you for watching.